What's good, everybody? This is your brother, Mad Black, the most dangerous and the most toxic black man on the internet, and I am black up in your face again with some more pro black commentary. So, I've tried to avoid this certain individual for some time now, but I guess there's no avoiding her because she keeps coming across my timeline, but also she just keeps invading my own social media. So, I'm going to have to actually talk about her. So, this video is going to be about U.S. Representative Lauren Boebert and some of her degeneracy and her fakery to get where she is now. Okay, so for those who don't know who she is, she's actually a congresswoman. I believe she works in Colorado. So one of the districts there in Colorado, she works as one of the congressmen there. And she is one of these extreme right-wing conservative gun nuts. She's one of these people that loves posing with guns. When I say posing with guns, I mean that. She's was one of these conservative harlots that like to pose in like booty shorts and short cut off tank tops and whatnot, while also holding like a M16 or a rifle of some sort. So she's one of those types, and she's basically been, one of these conservative schizoids for most of her life, where she kind of used that as a way to make herself more popular and stand out amongst the crowd of other white females out there, because most Beckys are very vanilla and bargain bin and bottom shelf, and they're very plain Jane. So they gotta do whatever they can to stand out, and pretending to be one of these gun-toting savages here in the United States is a good way to make a come up. Like, I guess she couldn't make a come up as like a model or a reality TV star, so she went with the conservative Bustdown route. Okay, and so this became popularized because of females like Sarah Palin. So let's take a trip back in time for a while and take a look at when this particular iteration of the conservative bigot bust down became popular. And it started really with Sarah Palin. Like there have been others before her, but I'm talking about with this particular look. The way the hair is done and the glasses and trying to have this little charming accent or whatever, and just being a blatant asshole 24/7, but doing it with a smile. That's kind of like been the trend for a lot of conservative females over the last few decades or so. Okay, and once again, it seemed like it started with Sarah Palin, because you notice a lot of these types of females started coming out of the woodwork. They would either be, commentators on like Fox News, or they would get like their own, not when social media started becoming popular, they would get like their own blogs and stuff like that, and they would fit into those, little slots here and there. So people like Tommy Lauren and whatnot, they started coming out of the woodwork to ride the conservative waves that have been going on in this country. And it was really popular when Obama was president, because you always have to have a good foil for your nonsense. You always have to have a good villain for your narrative. So it was really popular when Obama was in there, and then once Trump got in, then these chicks would try to hook their wagon to that train and kind of ride the MAGA wave, so that they can become like MAGA mammies for Donald Trump. And Lauren Boebert was one of the main ones. She was one of the main Trump tramps that was kind of riding on his wave of hate and over the top conservatism, making it seem like you know there were these others that we always had to fight, and the others can just fill out a form or whatever, or fill in the blank of what other you're fighting against. Could be immigrants, could be black folks, whatever, right? So that's basically who she is, all right? And I saw the other day that Professor Black Truth, he made a video about her and her escapades at like a Broadway type theater, where her and her date were in there acting a complete jackass at the expense of all the other people around them. Lauren Bulbart was in there smoking a vape pipe. Uh, Her date, whoever this guy is, this simp ass dude right here, was groping her and whatnot. Lauren Boettcher was standing up and yelling and whatever, just being a complete loud ass Republican ratchet. All right. Now, if this was a black female, I would see a bunch of these goofy Negroes on social media. The ones with the baseball caps and the American flag paraphernalia out there running their mouth, talking gibberish about how ignorant black females are and how this is terrible for black culture. But you never saw any of these Negroes doing any type of negative videos about their homegirl, uh, bigot Bulbart. They never talked anything about her, right? She can act as loud and as ratchet as she wants to. She can dress in cutoff shorts, or she can, play this new fake, quote unquote, sexy conservative role, because that's basically all she's doing, the way she's dressed now. Because this is how she used to look. Okay, this was pretty typical of how she used to dress. All right, you see, she even had different color hair back then, but that wasn't necessarily the right image for American conservative politics. So she changed to look a little bit more like Sarah Palin, or I look at it as a combination of Sarah Palin and the porn star Lisa Ann, because this look became popular when Sarah Palin became popular, and then like the porno industry tried to capitalize off of that by doing these mock porn movies with Lisa Ann pretending to be kind of like Sarah Palin. So a lot of dumb young females saw that and they jumped on the same trend. And you notice they got the same type of hair, they dress the same, they wear the glasses or whatever, just trying to capitalize off of bigotry, conservatism, and sex, basically. Right? It's a terrible combination. And I remember when Lauren Boebert, when she got on my radar, is when she made this post on her social media where she's got her and her kids sitting there with guns. Now, if this were a black family, if this were a black mother showcasing her sons holding a bunch of guns at Christmas time, you would have people getting online calling them the biggest thugs and hooligans and miscreants, and they deserve to be locked up. All types of nonsense, right? You would have all those Negroes with their baseball caps and their white girlfriends or white wives getting online talking about how black culture is so, disgusting and it's a degradation. And look at how these black mothers just allow their kids to act. But once again, Bustdown Lauren Boebert, she doesn't get any of that criticism. Okay? She can come online and, have her kids holding guns, acting like complete jackasses and thugs, basically showcasing how they really get down, and no one says a word about it, right? There are people who criticize her, but even the liberals who criticize her don't go in like they should, okay? Because they're still trying to maintain a certain level of white supremacy. They really can't go in on this white female like they should, but we should go in on her, right? Because this woman, she has a criminal past. She's been, locked up before for just whatever type of transgressions you can think of. But that's pretty typical of Becky's, either drunk driving or stealing or whatever. That's pretty typical, right? Here's one of her mugshots from back in the day, right? So these types of people like to permeate American politics, and then they want to pretend to be the moral majority, or they want to stand on their high horse and point the finger at you and tell you about how your culture is the trash culture, right? They want to sit there and point to you and make it seem like you're the criminal class, or there's something wrong with you for how you act or whatever you do. But nothing they do is ever wrong, right? Even when, Lauren Boebert got caught in that theater acting a goddamn fool, acting a jackass, the only thing she could say at first was, "Do you know who I am?" Trying to get out of it using her status as a U.S. Congresswoman to get out of that whole situation. And then she just went ahead and lied about it. She tried to lie and make it seem like she didn't do anything in that theater. She didn't have a vape pipe. But, like, you're a dumbass lady because they got you on camera. Then when they got her on camera, she had to kind of come out and say something about it then. And the only thing she's really even talked about the whole incident was how she's dumped that boyfriend, that whoever he was that she took to the theater. Now, I thought she was supposed to be all about conservatism and family. She got split up from her husband. Okay, she split up from him, and then now she's got out here dating some other dude when he's grabbing her on her titties and whatnot at the show in the middle of the theater, a crowded theater where there's none but a bunch of people there, and she's acting a goddamn fool. But once again, she doesn't get the same criticism that a black person would. Like I said, there's a black person acting like that, boy, wouldn't matter if they were a celebrity, wouldn't matter if they were just a regular person or whatever, all black people would be judged by how that black person was acting, especially if it was a black female. I know for a fact, if a black female was like that, white people and you Negroes, I'm talking about you conservative Negroes, you would get online and been talking mess all day, every day about how this black woman was acting in the theater and letting her boyfriend grab her breast and whatnot and smoking and everything and being loud and ignorant. You guys will have a field day with that. But once again, Bustdown Bulbart gets to do that and no one says a word about it. Okay? So, I mean, you folks can let me know how you feel about this scallywag here. If you saw the same type of nonsense that I've seen with her over the last few years, I mean, it's really sickening. And once again, I've tried to avoid her, and by the fact that I don't even like to report on people like this. I don't like giving them the attention that they're seeking. But like I said, it's hard to avoid, especially when they're out here acting a goddamn fool like she was at that theater and lying about it. And this is what prompted me to actually do the video. Was I was trying to look up Lauryn Hill, and this chicken head came up. I just typed in Lauren, and automatically, you know how it does the automatic filling in the search engine. It filled in Lauren Boebert Theater. And I was like, God damn it. You see how much nonsense these white females, even when you're trying to look up a black female, these white chicken heads show up. Becky shows up, even when you don't want them to. It's like Candyman. You say their name too much, they're going to keep on showing up. So, I mean, you folks can let me know what you think about, great value Sarah Palin, which is what I like to call Lauren Boebert, because that's all she is just the new version knockoff of Sarah Palin and Lisa Ann combined to make a new conservative bedwench that they can just trot out there and get attention from all these low class shrimp dick white boys in the conservative side of republicanism. You guys let me know how you feel about it in the comments section. Anyway, Mad Black, and I will be back with my foot on a devil's back.